That's written by Nomi Prinz. Of course, she wrote the book, All the President's Bankers.
Goldman Sachs, former managing director.
Right. Now, what do we have here? This is not capitalism. Everybody grow up about it. It's fascism. There is no such thing in capitalism as too big to fail. Bankinism is the merger of state and corporate powers, and it's going on everywhere. You talked about the average investor. Here's how they're shafting all of us. They're doing it in Europe, they're doing it in China, they're doing it in Japan, they're doing it in the US, they're doing it everywhere with record low interest rates. They have not raised interest rates in the United States since 2006. What does that mean? It means they used to have a thing when we were young people that you put money in a bank and they had a thing called savings account. You get more money than you return.
Now they're talking about making you pay to keep money in a bank.
That's right. They have negative interest rates now in Europe, 0.25% to keep your money there. So now what this has done is all this cheap money is going to the banks so they can loan it to us back at any rate that they can get as they're borrowing it at 0.25%. So they have these payday loans, 800%, credit card loans, what, 30%?
And they're getting it literally for free.
Exactly. Now you look at the growth in the stock market. Half the growth in the stock market has come from companies buying back their stock because they are members of the Too Big to Fail Club, the Bankism Club and the Grand Manipulation Club. They're the Davos boys and girls. And here's what they do. They borrow the money for almost nothing. They buy back their stock. They raise it up. And then they make all this dough because they're on the inside. The other money from the cheap rates has come from mergers and acquisitions because they too could borrow the money for almost nothing. Merger and acquisition activity in 2014 was back to 2007 levels. Now let's put it into perspective for all of us. Even these cheap interest rates have not been enough to boost the housing market. The only growth is coming from the top. 40% of first-time home buyers used to be people between 25 to 35. Now they can't afford to buy homes anymore. That number's down to 24, 26%. So the only deal this is doing, whether it was the new deal they just did over there in Europe with Mario Draghi, the guy that was the former head of the Goldman Sachs gang, the European division, that's now the head of the president of the European Central Bank, all of this quantitative easing is only enriching the rich. I'm not making this up. Here's the number. You know it. Oxfam came out with it. By next year, 1% of the people will have more dough than 99% of the rest of us.
And that is a tiny percent of the 1%. They're then going to scapegoat nouveau riche and upper middle class, and they're financing class warfare. Davos is to sick the giant poor mass on any wealth that's there that isn't part of the inside club, and then they've got pressure from above and below. They take over the whole system. We'll get to more trends with Gerald Celente here in a moment, but let's get to some calls for Gerald Celente. Marty in Texas, you're a first-time caller. You're on the air with Gerald Celente.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Have a couple of quick cogent points, not necessarily...
It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, as to the mandatory vaccination push that's going on now, I have an idea for actually being able to do something about it, and it's a hashjacking campaign. Every post, every tweet, everything that goes out there should contain the hashtag #MyBodyMyChoice. That way, it co-opts that popular meme.
Absolutely, we should be hijacking this. Listen, I'm not trying to be mean, but we got Gerald for a limited time. I'm going to put you on hold and come back to you. These are calls for Gerald Celente on trends. And we don't really screen calls, but when a guest is on, my heavens, just try to address it there. But I love the fact you're trying to take action, just that we'll get to you after Gerald goes. And I want to get into the whole vaccine thing then, so we'll hold you over till then. Matt in Idaho, first-time caller, you're on the air with Gerald Celente.
I called about the vaccination, so if you want to put me back on hold,
okay, okay. I don't know what's going on with the calls right now, but I was saying to the callers on air, this is just clear the board. shut the board down, clear it. We'll have to do that. For the folks up at GCN, they're taking the calls. We're taking calls for Gerald Celente. 800-259-9231, 800-259-9231. And listen, I'm not mad. I'm not criticizing anybody. I love our listeners. I love our callers. We have the most open call system in the world for talk radio. We don't try to control what you say. We don't censor what you say. But when we say we're on a topic, it's next hour that I was going to open the phones up so people got confused on your vaccine stories. Are you for vaccines? Are you against them? Have you had good results? Have you had bad results? That's what I did yesterday. Nobody called in supporting them. All we got was horror stories. So I want to hear from you again after Gerald leaves us at 5 after or so. But I do want to take a few calls for Gerald, because folks are always calling us, wanting us to, to get him on, or ask Gerald this, ask Gerald that. We will come back and take some quick questions for Gerald Celente and get a few more trends with him. I'm Alex Jones, Infowars.com. Stay with us.
This hour brought to you by InfidelBodyArmor.com. When it hits the fan, don't be left without the body armor that will save your life. With prices starting at just $374.99 and ships free. Get yours at InfidelBodyArmor.com. Just won't quit.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Worried about getting sick and feeling terrible for days or even weeks? You need Immudyne for a healthy immune system. Why get sick and bother with products that just don't work? For just $1 a day, Immudyne is all natural and safe for all lifestyles. Call 866-257-8668 to buy now before it's too late, before you get sick. Or go to IMMUDYNE.com, Immudyne.com, or call 866-257-8668.
When an emergency happens, you could be left to fend for yourself and your family. An outbreak of contagious disease can happen anywhere. Because we're faced with more diseases than ever before, we need a better solution than ever before. Fortunately, there is a simple, effective way to protect yourself. Supernatural Silver is a revolutionary silver solution that is clinically shown to be several hundred times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver. And it's powerful enough to help protect you and your family from deadly viruses, bacteria, and fungus. Supernatural Silver is effective against more than 500 different disease-causing pathogens without encouraging drug resistance and without side effects. Supernatural Silver is scientifically supported and is the #1 choice of thousands for improved health and immune system support. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the code SILVER2015 for 30% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com. Give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance.
Year after year, we watch the threats steadily increase. And now, this winter has been the worst on record when it comes to our immune systems and health. For more than 2 years, InfoWarsLife.com has been watching this crisis intensify. And Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Complex was our answer, using a proprietary process that takes ancient proven herbs and combines them with modern science. This powerful and affordable formula contains more than 14 key herbs and extracts, including echinacea, ginger root, elderberry, golden seal root, a proprietary yin chio formula, and many, many more. I take it, and so does my family. It's made in the USA, gluten-free, alcohol-free, no artificial flavors or colors, and not tested on animals. Take advantage of this introductory offer for Ancient Defense, normally $19.95, now only $14.95. That's 25% off. Visit InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139 to secure your Ancient Defense. I'm going to Mike here in a moment, listening on KSCO there in Santa Cruz, San Francisco. Gerald Celente is our guest. The website is trendsresearch.com. We're going to keep Gerald a little bit into the next hour to get into a few more of his trends. Then I'm going to open the phones up on vaccines. So I'm sorry if I wasn't clear with the listeners. We're talking to Gerald Celente right now. We got a loaded phone bank if folks want to talk to him. So Mike in California, listening on the great Michael's Whirling station. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Yeah, glad Gerald's on. Always glad to hear Gerald. Hey, I have a question for you on real estate. In 2008, we invested in tangible assets of a significant amount to shelter our savings from the devaluation cycle. My wife's been looking at real estate, and I just want Gerald to comment on what he thinks about real estate as an investment for those that have a limited amount of resources sealed in tangible assets.
Well, you know, I don't give financial advice. I'm not permitted to as a trend forecaster. I'm not a financial advisor. Only speaking for myself. Mm-hmm. If you have a piece of real estate, you think it's going to be profitable, and you're smart enough to understand the negatives and positives about it, to me, it's a good investment. You know, again, but not to do it on a speculative level.
Like you said, you doubled down on America and bought a bunch of real estate as well. You're not backing down.
No, I bought a 1750s building, a 1763, and a 1774. You know, so I bought it. It's out of passion and out of an understanding that these things aren't.
It's a love of art and culture. You literally bought into 1776.
Yes, and I did because I'm an American, and as I say, my blood is Italian, but my heart's American. And these people that say love it or leave it, I say no, you leave it. I bought these buildings because I want to restore America back to the core principles of our founding fathers. So that's why I invest in this. But for the caller, if you think it's a good investment, the real estate goes like this, but it always keeps going higher. So if it's something that you're doing out of wisdom of what the potential is, I would suggest you consider it seriously.
Yeah, if you make a good buy, it's in the right area, and you understand you're a long-term deal. And if it's a piece of property you can make some money on with a business while it's there, I think that's the best type of investment.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Not for speculation, but for growth.
Yeah, well, I guess the consideration is, to know what is a bubble market. I mean, some of these price index.
You can't tell because I talked before about the volatility in the markets. I also talked about how these low interest rates are not driving demand. So you have to make your own choice.
Sure.
Because I believe we're going to see a crash.
I agree. The Austin bubble's already popping, the biggest in the country. Aaron in California. Thanks, Mike. Aaron in California. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Yes, thank you very much. Mr. Celente, you, for years, were the top trends forecaster, but you made some predictions for 2014. You said gold 2000 and a financial collapse by March 2014. That did not happen. You were dethroned as top trends forecaster. That's the facts. It's all on record.
All right, well, let me get him to respond. Those are some huge claims. Yeah. I believe we're already in an artificial...
Let me go on. It's easy to respond. I never said gold would go to 2,000. I said I believe gold should be over 2,000. I never said it would go there. On the crash, I believe that the Federal Reserve was going to raise interest rates by March. I was wrong. I never dreamt that they would keep interest rates at, again, they haven't raised them since 2006. Yeah. This is unprecedented.
It's like somebody dying and they keep giving them adrenaline until their parents get there. I've actually gone and seen my friend die, and they were waiting on his dad to get there, so they were giving him adrenaline. He got to see his parents, everybody, and then he passed out and died. I mean, that's America. They're just pumping adrenaline in to keep us alive, but, it's going to crash. All the experts are saying that. We'll be right back. Gerald's been proven accurate, but I want to be able to elaborate on that. I mean, look at what Trump's saying.
Visit GCNlive.com.
It's the fundamentals show a crash, okay? When it comes, we don't know. Year after year, we watch the threats steadily increase. And now, this winter has been the worst on record when it comes to our immune systems and health. For more than 2 years, InfoWarsLife.com has been watching this crisis intensify. And Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Complex was our answer, using a proprietary process that takes ancient proven herbs and combines them with modern science. This powerful and affordable formula contains more than 14 key herbs and extracts, including echinacea, ginger root, elderberry, golden seal root, a proprietary proprietary Yin Chio formula, and many, many more. I take it, and so does my family. It's made in the USA, gluten-free, alcohol-free, no artificial flavors or colors, and not tested on animals. Take advantage of this introductory offer for Ancient Defense. Normally $19.95, now only $14.95. That's 25% off. Visit InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139 to secure your Ancient Defense.